And right, Vader, we're here. We're live. Welcome to another episode of Martial Arts Movie Mondays. I'm your humble host, Bobby, and this time I can't see him, but my co-host is lovely Vader. Oh, there he is. You can kind of see his head down there. And today we're diving back into our collection for another martial arts film. If you've never seen our show before, first of all, you should go back and watch our other episodes because it doesn't matter because we're not doing necessarily new movies. We do new movies, old movies, any movies. What we do is we basically take a dive into one of my collection up here of my martial arts films, old, new, talk about the movie, talk about the history behind the movie, whatever we know about the movie, and also if it has any connection to my personal journey as a martial artist, because sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, sometimes they're just awesome, sometimes they're not. But either way, we talk about it here. Today, we're diving into a movie. This is a little bit newer movie. It came out in 2014. I was turned on to this movie as a reviewer. This isn't one that I saw early in my martial arts career, obviously, being 2014. But as a reviewer, I get a lot of emails and things reached out to me about reviewing stuff and seeing stuff. This is one of the movies that kind of came across my path. I knew nothing about it at the time. But then when I saw the trailer for it, I'm like, I had to see this movie because it looked like it had potential for some really good martial arts stuff. Wasn't sure about the story or the acting. I didn't know anybody in the movie at the time. Thankfully, that has changed because the movie I'm talking about is Die Fighting. Die Fighting. It's 2014, written, directed, edited, starring Fabian Garcia. Fabian, I've become loose acquaintance / friends via Facebook and whatnot. We talk from time to time about films and his projects and things like this. And I've asked for advice about some stuff. And but he's a great martial artist. Him and his, they put out Z Team Films, which if I remember correctly, and I'm sure he'll correct me once he sees this, Z Team is a little stunt group. I say little, but it's a group of martial artists that I believe are all Kung Fu based, Wushu based, which is why I wore my old Kung Fu uniform that, as you see, fits a little snug, but I still decided they're being Kung Fu based. I should rock the Kung Fu uniform. I'm almost like Curly because it's like trying to rip out because I was a little bit smaller when I used to wear this one. Anyway, the team, let me get to their names. I always want to make sure I pronounce their names properly. They're the four guys in this movie. So basically, the star of the films, I'm assuming, are the Z Team. There may be more members or may not be. I don't know. I've never got deep into it, but I think they were all had their hands in making this film. It's Fabian Garcia, obviously, who, like I said, is a writer, editor, star. Laurent Busson, and if I'm saying their names wrong, I apologize, who is also one of the producers on it. Didier Busson, which I'm sure I probably said that wrong, who is one of the stars of the film. And also Jess Allen. He's also another one of the guys. And then the other guy who's probably not, I don't think he's part of the stunt team, but ironically enough, I became friends with him on Twitter. We've had a couple of interactions. Dave, say if I say it right, Dave Vesio. I'm assuming I probably said it wrong. But it's funny because he friend requested me years ago. I've talked to him off and on. He sent me some images of some other projects he's done, different things. Really nice guy. Still follow him on there. And then over the years, I forgot, why do I know him? I was rewatching it, and I'm assuming it all boils back to this movie, Die Fighting. So basically, Die Fighting follows four martial artists who are Shaolin-based martial arts stylists that are interested in they're trying to make a movie, and they won like a film festival or something. And so they're wanting to basically make a bigger movie to get their name out there and whatnot. And so basically in the middle of it, they receive a mysterious phone call that wants them to play a game type thing. And involves a kidnapping and then them having to go through a series of trials, which all end up being in fights. A lot of martial arts. So basically the story is kind of like Saw, where you want to play a game mentality, very much. And with a little bit of the found footage type aspect. So it's martial arts, found footage, Saw mentality, and there's a lot of homage stuff. But this movie is all about the fighting. It's almost got a game of death vibe too, where like each tier was a different opponent. This one's each time they get to a different place or they have a different task, it involves them having to fight. There's a couple of shootouts in the movie, but 90% of it is just straight up martial arts, including a homage type fight to Chinese Connection, the famed Bruce Lee fight in the Japanese karate dojo, where Fabian is taking on the entire martial arts team of the martial artists in that dojo. And each guy, while Fabian's the star of the movie, obviously the other guys all get their time to shine. They all are awesome martial artists. They all get to bring their A game. There's a lot of really, really, really great fighting in this movie. Say what you will if you're not a fan of the acting or the cinematography or whatever. It's a lower budget film. It's not cheap. It's not cheesy looking. It looks good. I like the movie. I like everything about the movie. I think their acting is fine. I really enjoy everything about it. But this is all about the fighting. The movie is about to sell their fight skills. This easily serves as not only a great movie, but it also serves as a pretty badass demo reel. If you ever needed to go get a part, if one of the guys wanted to work on a film or something else, which they've done other stuff too, they just say, here, just watch me in this. And it gives you everything you need to know about them. Their acting, their fighting, everything. And I'm pretty sure this would give them a lot of work. But the fighting is spectacular. It's a lot of there's some mixes of, it's predominantly wushu kung fu, but they shift into different styles of kung fu, with drunken kung fu and dynamic trick kicking and all kinds of stuff. It just works. It's such a fun movie. I've watched this movie numerous times. I dig it. It's fun. I was hoping that we get more from this one, as far as like maybe another one. But as I'm watching it, but then there's a fun twist ending that I did not expect to happen when I first watched it. And funny enough, it had been a while since I sat down and watched it again. And when I rewatched it, I forgot about the twist ending. So it got me a second time. I was like, oh yeah, like that's awesome. It's still awesome the second time. But like I said, it is very much Saw, and to me it's not a horror themed, but it's very much like Saw meets Game of Death meets the Blair Witch Project because of the found footage and all that kind of stuff, but all rolled into just a badass ass kicking fight scene with some of the best martial arts action I've seen. It's ironic that I say that, because the other reason this movie is close to home to me is because right here up here in the top corner, right here, it says some of the best martial arts action quotes, examiner.com. That's from my review when I used to write for the Dallas Examiner before we shifted into Hollywood Matrimony. This my quote on the thing here. And also when you open it up, the disc inside, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. You probably can't see it. I'll hold it a little bit closer. See some writing on the disc. It is autographed to me from Fabian and Laurent Lohan. So the producer and the director both autographed it for me. It's a prized possession because this was the first movie review that I had my name on the cover of the box. There's been a couple more since, but this was my first. It's also badass fight sequences, badass, it's just a fun movie to watch. And it's one that if you just like martial arts flicks, then you should check this one out, because there's a lot to it. There's a lot of great, just great, like even if like I've talked about this on the show before, that growing up I used to use a lot of movies to learn fights. I mean, learn kicks and punches and different things. And this is yet another one that offers up some great moments to just look at and learn from outside of just watching them. They do some creative movements. They take some basic movements, turn them into dynamic movements. They take some dynamic movements and elevate them to something else. These guys deserve way more than we've seen them in yet. If you go to their website for the Z Team, I don't remember, I think it's just zteam.com, whatever. You can see a lot of different projects. They did a really cool, like Star Wars type fan film at one point that's really badass, as well as they've got some, I think it's Dragon Ball Z stuff. I think there's like a Dragon Ball Z series type thing that they did that's pretty badass. Anyway, go look up Z Team, Stunt Team, whatever, and find them. They have some cool stuff on their site, as well as a lot of movies that are in pre-production. maybe some that are also already done. But Die Fighting is what we're talking about today. And don't worry if you've never seen it. You can still get it on like Amazon and iTunes, and Walmart has it. If you go to the Facebook page, Die Fighting Movie, just put Die Fighting Movie on their Facebook page. There's a lot more information there that you can find it and get you a hold of it. And any copy you buy will have this little quote from me, so you can tell everybody, I know this guy. I don't know these cool guys here, but I know this lame-o, right? So that's pretty much it today. It's kind of a short one because I just wanted to talk about this movie. Like I said, I would blast rewatching it. I'm going to probably rewatch it again after the show's over because I've got some art deadlines, and so I really want to check it out again. But it says, are you willing to pay the price of success, which is a play because that's a title within a title. An energetic meta martial arts flick, which is accurate. It's got a cool behind the scenes thing that shows what's cool. That's the other thing is the behind the scenes stuff on this is not only just making the movie, but it shows the guys doing kung fu and wushu, and it looks like some of them are just training. It looks like some might be competition stuff. A lot of stuff, so you get to see them in their actual real element training, which to me elevates it because you see that they're real martial artists. You see the training that it goes into, the work that it does, because sometimes camera work, you have to slow down your movements so you don't hit the other person or so the camera can catch it, or you have to execute a movement not quite accurately so that it works on film. So that little behind the scenes feature, getting to see them do some of the stuff in there at full speed is just badass. So big props to the Z Team guys, Fabian Garcia. Thanks again for putting together this awesome movie, all the guys that worked on it. And like I said, I hold this one near and dear to my heart. Not only is it signed, not only do I love it, made a good friendship out of it, but it's got my little quote up here too that I didn't even pay for. I just gave it a good review. That's it. So that's pretty much it today. That's why I wore the Kung Fu in honor of Die Fighting. It's available now on Blu-ray. I'm assuming DVD at Amazon and whatever other outlets, iTunes, Walmart. But go to Die Fighting Movie Facebook page. Probably get even more information where you can find it. Probably more about the guys you can check out, see what else they've been working on. And that'll be it for today. So make sure you come back here tomorrow for an all-new episode of TV Tuesdays where me and the missus will be back on during the day because our schedule changed again. And then hopefully eventually I'll be back probably next week for the back to weekly updates and the what's on my desk and mine because I have art deadlines I'm dealing with, so it's monopolizing my time. And we'll be back on Sunday for an all new episode of Hollywood Matrimony Live right here on this Facebook, on this YouTube channel, as well as over on our Facebook page. Please, please, please make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Hit the little subscribe button up the bubble at the top. I'll try to see if I can find the Die Fighting trailer and shove it up here in a little box right here so you can check it out. But remember, keep your hands up. Be nice to one each other. See you next time.